Let's talk about wolves in Oregon. They've really expanded over the last several years, from just 4 in 2009 to 178 at the end of 2022. This graphic from the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife shows you where the various packs are located. Lots up there in northeast Oregon, but several in central Oregon as well. The state also keeps a running list of confirmed wolf kills, that is, animals like cows that are killed by the wolves. It's a long list with narrations explaining things like the fact that lethal permits are authorized for removal of a certain number of wolves from a specific pack. In other words, professional hunters are brought in to kill them because the wolves are killing too many of the livestock in the area. At the same time, the state has recently released a video showing some of the journeys that young wolves are taking across the West, which is just fascinating. The video explains that yearling wolves often leave their pack. It's an urge to find a new territory or mate, sometimes both. Since 2010, the state has been tranquilizing and collaring wolves to put GPS trackers on them so researchers can follow their journeys throughout Oregon and the West. Here's one example. A yearling from the Chestninimus pack crosses Interstate 84 and then traveled 246 miles over the next 9 days. He averaged 10 to 15 miles each day and each night until he came to the foothills of the Cascades. There he found a carcass and ate, then he rested for a full day before moving on. Here's another, OR 93. He left the White River pack in central Oregon and traveled south. Eventually he crossed into California and continued south to the Sierra Nevada range. He traveled within 5 miles of Reno and Fresno and then crossed Interstate 5 in California on his way toward the ocean. Researchers say that most yearlings like this are looking for forested areas with deer and elk to start a new pack, and they continue to travel if they don't find a good location and a good mate. Eventually, OR 93 was found dead after being hit by a vehicle 60 miles north of Los Angeles. Here's another journey, this one beginning with a yearling female who settled just outside the area where she was born in northeast Oregon. She met up with a yearling male who came from the Snake River pack. His journey took him 650 miles before he turned back toward home and met his mate 60 miles from where he was raised. And then there's Oregon's most famous wolf, OR 7, who went on a 4,500-mile journey. OR 7 left northeast Oregon and traveled south and west near Burns, then continued south across the California border. It was big news. He was the first confirmed wolf to return to California in almost 90 years. He spent a year there before heading back north. Books were written about him, and the network news covered his journey. A year and a half after he started his epic trek, OR 7 found a mate in southwest Oregon. The two started the Rogue Pack and raised pups for the next 6 years. As of 2020, OR 7 has not been seen and is now presumed dead. He was likely 11 years or older, which ODFW says is quite old for a wolf in the wild. Oregon has so many wolves now that 10 of them are being shipped to the state of Colorado to try and restore packs there. That work gets underway next month. If you'd like to learn more about wolves in Oregon, you can check out the full wolf dispersal video on ODFW's YouTube page. It's quite good.